So.
And what do you feel contributes to that?
I think a lot of it is just because I would rather spend time with my kids. I mean, I'm gone every night with them, and that's my choice.
Yeah. So how often, if at all, then do you engage in like non-work and non-home related activities?
Not often at all. So yeah, like I said, I mean, I really don't go hang out with friends much. Like my next door neighbor, like we kind of shoot the breeze probably, I don't know, once a week maybe, but that's about the extent of it. So.
Do you ever do anything just on your own for yourself?
My daughter and I will go do petties. Like that's our kind of thing. But no, I don't know. I don't go really do stuff.
So thinking about all the things you described, all of the things you're responsible for at work, which is a lot of stuff. What do you do? What do you delegate to other people?
I have tried delegating things. I have delegated a Title IV grant. I've delegated testing stuff. So I get help from a guidance counselor for that. And then my secretary loves to make schedules. So she makes our master schedule, which is really nice. And then I have all of the teachers at the end of the school year, they make class lists for the next year. So they work together as a team, and then they divide the kids up pretty evenly into 3 different sections. So that's about the extent.
How do you decide who to delegate tasks and projects
to? Based off of what their role is in the district. So like I would never delegate state testing to a teacher. The guidance counselors, I think it's kind of should be their role to do it. So we've been working on a transition. We started a transition last year for that. And then my ESL teacher, we worked together to do our access testing and all of that. So, and like I said, my secretary loves the scheduling stuff. So she did it before I got here. So she just got to keep that. I've tried delegating to my assistant principal, and it just does not work real well. So I've learned.
So how do you know what to delegate and when you're at a point that you need to delegate a task?
I don't know. Delegating is definitely my worst weakness. I will say that. I think when I get to the point that I cannot figure something out, I have tried to delegate back to my superintendent. Most of the time it doesn't work well. So, and if there's something, I guess, that I trust somebody can do, I don't have a problem delegating it. So, and I think that's where I'm at.
So you talked a little bit about how over time, like especially with your kids, like realizing that you need to, that you chose to work like at night after they go to bed. But can you describe for me, when you look at like the boundary or the border that you've created between home and work, what does that border look like?
So like when I get home, I take my computer home every night because I never know, what's going to come up. I have a work phone that is 24/7. Like it is what it is. I am the third person to be called. Sometimes I am the one who answers and the first two people don't answer. So, my family knows I cannot shut that phone off. Like if I'm at a play or something, I guess I do that. Like I go to the high school plays and stuff just for fun, but, like I shut it off then and I don't check it while I'm there. So, I mean, the phone is definitely a thing. But yeah, I set my book bag down and I typically just leave it and do not, like I said, open that bag of my computer until the kids go to bed. And which I think they have appreciated a lot more. But if a teacher calls, I take it and it doesn't matter. I do.
Mm-hmm.
So no boundary on those phone calls, I guess.
And I guess you kind of answered this one, but are there ever times like that border you've established with like leaving your backpack? Are there ever times that you break that border?
Yes, depending on what's going on. I don't even know. I mean, it truly has been a long time, since I have worked when they've been home, or not in bed. So, like if I have a deadline for something that I just really need to do, I mean, I'll do it and I'll just explain to them, I have to get this done. Give me an hour or give me whatever. And they're pretty good about it. And I mean, obviously they're older now. When they were younger, it was harder, but so.
How did you go about developing that, like changing that habit for yourself? What were some things, in order to go from working significantly less, like what had to change for you?
Well, it really hurt my heart when they said that to me about working on vacation. Like, I mean, it just really made me reevaluate things. And I didn't want them to think that they were not important to me. So, I mean, it truly was just, I have to stop. And that was it. I mean, I just had to stop. It was not fair for them to feel like that. So, I mean, it stopped when they did it. I think I felt so bad about it because I didn't realize they felt like that. And I didn't want them to feel like that.
So the time that you would have been spending working, like when did you make time to accomplish that work?
When they went to bed. I mean, there were some really late nights. And I will say that my time in the classroom has definitely suffered. So that was kind of the give. Like, I don't get to spend enough time in the classroom. Like, I used to go co-teach with teachers. I had teachers who, there was one teacher, she moved grade levels and she didn't understand how to teach some things. And she would ask me to come help her, and teach her how to teach it before she had to teach the kids. So I would prepare all of that stuff and I would go teach her how to do it, or I would co-teach with her with the students. And there was another classroom where I was in there multiple times a week working with a group of kids. I don't have that anymore. So that is what is lacking now.
Yeah. Do you have an instructional coach?
Nope.
No. Wow.
That's me.
So, to what degree, if any, do you ever feel overwhelmed by all of the tasks that you have to accomplish at both home and work?
100% of the time. It is, yeah, I make lists. And sometimes